So today we're going to determine the missing side of a rectangle or a square, and we have been given the perimeter. Let's review the areas for perimeters. For rectangles, the first formula has us doubling first. Double the length, double the width, and then add them together. So this is the double first formula. The second formula has us adding the length and the width first and then doubling it. So this is the add first formula. Using this information, we're going to find the value for this little x right there. That is a mystery number. Now the important thing to remember is that this is x, but so is this. Both of these numbers have to be the same, just like both of these numbers are the same, because that is one of the rules for a rectangle. So let's see what we've got here. We know that the perimeter on number 1 is 30. And we can see that this rectangle already has a 6 plus a 6. So we know this rectangle already has 12. 6 plus 6. The total of the perimeter is 30. We're going to go ahead and subtract what we know, the 12 that we know. Got to do a little bigger bottom borrow here, and our answer is 18. Now don't rush to write your 18 here, because this 18 needs to be split in two. Half of it goes to the top line and half of it goes to the bottom line. That means that half of this 18 is 9, goes to the top, half of this 18 is 9, goes to the bottom, and the missing x equals 9. That's a lot to remember. Let's do number 2 and see if we can make it a little more efficient. First, my perimeter is 32. What do I already have showing on my rectangle? I have 2 9s. That equals 18. My rectangle is already telling me that there's 18 right here. I'm going to do 32, take away 18, again with the bigger bottom borrow. My answer is 14. 14 does not go on the x. 14 is the total of this one and this one. We know that they both have to be the same. So that means we have to do half of the 14 here and half of the 14 here, giving me a 7, because 14 divided by 2 equals 7. Is it getting a little easier to understand? I hope so. Let's take a look at number 3. They're telling me that the total perimeter is 24. What do I already see? I already see in my problem 10 plus 10. That gives me 20. I'm going to subtract what I see. I'm going to subtract the 20. 24 take away 20 equals 4. By now I'm sure you remember you cannot put the 4 here. You've got to give half to the top and half to the bottom. So the x actually equals 2, half of the 4. Let's take a look at question number 4. The total perimeter is 16. And in the problem, I already see that there's 4. 2 on this side plus 2 on this side. 16 take away 4 gives me 12. And I've done it so many times already that I already know the 12 goes half to the top, half to the bottom, making x equals 6. Let's take a look at number 5. Perimeter is 24. I'm going to subtract these two, which is 8. 24 take away 8 is 14. Half goes here, half goes here. X equals 7. If you've got this and you don't need to continue with me on the video, go ahead and stop, finish it on your own, or just stay with me so that you can get extra practice. Let's take a look at number 6. 24 take away 10. I can speed it up a little bit now because I know what's going to happen. I know I have to add these two together. 24 take away 10 is 14. And I already know that this 14 has to be broken in half. Half for the top, half for the bottom. Number 6 equals 7. Let's take a look at the next row. Question number 7. 30 is my perimeter. I am subtracting these two sides of the rectangle, which is 14, 7 plus 7. My difference is 16. 16 has to go half to the top, half to the bottom. X equals 8. Question number 8. I've got 28 total for the perimeter. I'm going to subtract these two 7s, which equal 14. My difference is 14, so half of it goes here, half of it goes here, and because they're all the same, that's a square. Let's take a look at question number 9. My perimeter is 10. The whole thing is 10. I can see 4 right here. 10 take away 4 is 6. Half to the top, half to the bottom. X equals 3. Let's take a look at number 10. The perimeter is 22. And these two sides equal 18. So I'm going to subtract what I know. My answer is 4. Half and half, x equals 2. Let's take a look at question number 11. 32 is my total perimeter. I see the top and bottom here are 8 and 8. That's 16. I'm going to subtract that, and I know that 32 is 16 doubled. So my answer is 16. Half goes over here, half goes over here. X equals 8, and this is another square. Number 12. Total perimeter is 28, and I already have 20 here. So this 8 needs to go half to the top, half to the bottom. X equals 4. Let's take a look-see at number 30. I'm sorry, number 13. The perimeter is 30. 30, I'm going to subtract the 20 that I see. And when I subtract the 20 that I see, I have 10 left. Half of the 10 to each side. X equals 5. Question number 14. 14, the perimeter is 14. I'm going to subtract the 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And I am left with 10. Half of the 10 goes to each of the remaining sides, and x equals 5. Last one. My perimeter is 20. I'm going to subtract the 4. 16. Half goes to each of the remaining sides. X equals 8. I hope this helped you. If it did not help you, please send me a text message, phone call, email, or I'll see you tomorrow in our meeting.